Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. So today I wanted to make a quick little video on why it's not okay to be chasing after your twin, to be yearning for your twin, to be seeking them on the outside. And really, once you understand the basics of what's happening on your twin flame journey, it becomes that much easier to really stay away from your twin flame. So my hope for this video is that we can understand the basics, and that will give you the incentive, that motivation to really not move in the direction of your twin and really coming home to your own self. Now, on this channel, I talk a lot about blocking your twin out mentally, physically, socially. And that means even if you're just on their social media or they're on yours, you're checking what's happening with them and what they're doing in the external reality. Well, that is still a form of seeking and chasing. So, really, what you want to do is when you are on the twin flame journey, finally in a place to start making true progress towards union, if that is what you really want, then you really need to block out your twin in all forms. That means absolutely cutting them out to the point where you do not know what is happening with them in your 3D reality. Now, just bringing back the focus to your own self. The one thing that you want to understand about your own self is that as long as we live in this 3D world and we are not connected within to divine, to source, whatever you want to call it, but we are meant to experience as human beings what we call duality, which is seeing the us versus them. There is a separation between you and your family members because you all look different. You behave very different. You have different senses of self. And basically, that creates a separation between you and other people and everything that actually exists in this universe, pretty much. So if you take a look at, anything around you, you see it as, that is my neighbor, that is my enemy, that is my friend. But that is just duality. But when you go within to those higher states of consciousness, you experience what we call unity consciousness, which is basically understanding that everything in this world, in this universe, stems from the source, that one divine being, and everything is just a unique expression of it. God exists in all things, and everything that you are experiencing as a us versus them, or me being a central of me, it's I'm the important I. We are not able to see that there actually is no separation. We all come from that one divine being, and really what we are is just unique expressions of that divine on the 3D plane. And so, with that, when you finally start to understand consciousness, when you finally start to take a look at what do I need to do on the twin flame journey to really come home to myself so that I can actually at some point unite with my twin, what you are trying to work towards is really becoming whole within your own self. Now, if you understand the yin yang symbol, that is representative of the masculine and feminine sides of what we really have within us. Each person actually has, a portion of us is masculine and a portion of us is feminine. And really, that duality exists because that is what creates the duality within the world. But when we start to reach those higher states of consciousness, when we finally tap into unity consciousness, we actually end up becoming whole within ourselves. That is that, yin yang symbol that you finally take a look at, which is the perfect circle with the light and dark integrated within it. And so we, as long as we operate, in this 3D reality, we operate as that distorted masculine and feminine. That's where the distortion comes from, because if you're not in your natural state, which is unity consciousness, then you are operating as a distorted masculine or feminine, because each one of us has an imbalance. Because we're not whole, we have an imbalance within us of the masculine and feminine. So that process that we're trying to complete on this journey to union is coming home to ourselves, to balancing that masculine, feminine energy within us so that we can reach that state of wholeness, which eventually leads us to that state of unity consciousness. And when we finally reach unity consciousness, we end up coming together with our twin. And that is when separation truly ends for the masculine and feminine as counterparts, as divine counterparts. So essentially, the key thing that you want to remember here is that as long as you are yearning for your twin, as long as you are seeking your twin, as long as you are chasing your twin, all you're doing is creating more energy that states that you are in separation. You are trying to move towards a place of wholeness, and therefore you cannot do both at the same time. You cannot say, I am moving towards unity consciousness, but I still need to see what my twin is doing on the outside. That means all you're creating around you is more separation. So you need to take all of that energy that you are investing in finding out what your twin is doing, how they're progressing on their journey, what are they doing with their 3D partner, whoever that is, if they're married, not married, it does not matter. You need to focus on your own healing so you can reach that state of wholeness and focus on true union within. And then once you reach that inner union, you can expect to finally see at some point that outer union with your divine counterpart. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope this was helpful. God bless.